Great Barrier Reef has survived 5 near-d.eath events, but scientists unsure of its future. The Great Barrier Reef off Australia's northeastern coast has proved to be extremely resilient, as a new study reveals that the world's largest reef system has survived 5 near-death events in the past 30,000 years. But scientists are not sure that the reef is resilient enough to survive the current crisis caused by rising ocean temperatures and coral bleaching. The study, published in Nature GeoScience, reconstructed the evolution of the reef as it has adapted to environmental changes in sea levels and temperatures by migrating across the sea floor. Our study shows the reef has been able to bounce back from past death events during the last glaciation and deglaciation, University of Sydney Associate Professor Jodie Webster and lead author of the study said in a statement to Science Daily. More, coral reefs under siege. Frequency of bleaching has increased almost fivefold since the 80s. More, two-thirds of Great Barrier Reef ravaged by coral bleaching. The first 2 near-death events, the first one occurring about 30,000 years ago during a glacial period, were due to low sea levels that caused the killing of coral from air exposure. The reef adjusted by migrating seaward, which allowed the system to recover. The next 2 events occurred during deglaciation that saw rising sea levels and the drowning of the reef, which then adjusted by migrating landward. The final near-death event occurred about 10,000 years ago, which saw rising sea levels and a huge influx of sediment. The study found that the reef has been particularly sensitive to sediment fluxes, and more research needs to be done to understand how current practices are affecting sediment input and water quality on the reef, according to Webster. The reef's ability to migrate is unlikely to be enough to survive the rapid pace of changes that are currently happening to sea temperature and coral bleaching. I have grave concerns about the ability of the reef in its current form to survive the pace of change caused by the many current stresses and those projected into the near future, Webster said. A recent study published in the journal Science claims that the frequency of coral bleaching has increased almost fivefold in the past 4 decades due to rising water temperatures due to global warming. The warming water temperature kills off the algae that nourish the coral and provide the vivid colors of the reef. An aerial study found that severe coral bleaching has ravaged nearly 2/3 of the Great Barrier Reef.